It is snowing outside, so we are going to make lunch meat in this thing. Okay, step one is you need your meat. So we don't eat beef, so I'm going to do a turkey one. And you're supposed to have ground turkey. Now around here, the local farms don't have ground turkey, and we do not have our turkeys yet either. So I went to a local farm and I got this big old, I think it's like a 9-10 pound turkey breast. And I am going to use that. So I have to cut it up. But of course you guys can cheat a bit and just go get some ground meat and then make it. Now, I'll put a link of this thing in the description in case you guys want to make your own lunch meat. But this is my first time doing it, so we're going to do it together. And I had gotten this from the lady I bought this turkey from, the farm. She had told me about it. So she liked it, and that's why we're trying it. And it was not expensive. All right, so let's get this all cut up, and then we will get to grinding it. Look how nice this thing is cutting. It's almost crappy I'm going to grind it all, but I don't have any ground turkey. So we're going to save some too. But look how nice this bird is. Fun fact, we are going to have turkeys as well, but we need to make the area. We need to clear out the area that they're going to be in, and we need to build a pen and put up the fence. But in spring, you'll be able to see turkeys in our yard, and then we won't have to go to the farm for this. We will have our own. So I don't know if you guys, if you guys do not have your own turkeys to process and whatever, you know, try going to local farms. If you don't have local farms, I mean, use what you have, I guess, go to the food store. But if you can try and prevent the food store, that's what we do. We try and do as much as we can. Now, we're not 100% here because we are just starting, but we're trying and doing as much as we can while we can. Okay, guys, here is my grinder. Fun fact, I have another grinder with the big wheel on it, and it like clips to the table. It's non-electric, but it's pretty difficult. That's for my end of the world when I need to like grind stuff. But for now, we're going to use our lovely electric one. You just shove everything in the top here. It's really nice, and it does go pretty fast. And this will grind it up, and we'll see how much we get. Let me use my... Well, there we go. So the like fats and stuff, I take all the skin and everything off as much as I can, but it does get stuck in there. You can see it's the inside, what is that called? That silver skin or whatever. Let me just carefully, but you just kind of take that away and in here, and this way it frees up the, like, look at it all. I don't know if you could see it, but it's like stuck in there. And sometimes it'll get on the blade too. Like you can't even see the blade. Okay. So we just make sure we take all that out so that it works a little bit better. So it takes a little bit longer to do, but you can see the stringiness. And then I won't put that inside here. I kind of keep that separate. But it takes a minute sometimes when you gotta do all that. This isn't an industrial grinder, just basic. All right, let's keep grinding. Okay, next steps. It calls for 2 pounds of turkey. So I have my scale here. This is not my meat scale. My meat scale is not here, so I'm just going to use this for now, instead of going out to the garage to get it. But I do have a lot of extra meat here, and I'm going to package them in 1 pound packages in like as a vacuum seal bag. But for right now, it's my meat scale is so much bigger. Okay. Don't you hate when that happens? All right, so there we go. Well, let me try and see if I could take it out here. So now it has the instructions on seasonings and what to mix in as far as seasonings. So I will put that in a pinned comment in case you guys want to see the seasonings. But I already have them pre-mixed. It says optional, that clear gel, which I am using just to get it cleared together. And what you're supposed to do is put some olive oil over the meat. And then rub that in. Well, let me put my glove back on. I don't want to touch anything. And I'm going to disinfect everything. All right. This I can. And you sprinkle the meat around it and kind of just rub it in. Now, I am going to add some honey. I have it heated up over here on the stove, and I think I want to add that into my mix. It does not call for it, but I'm going to try it. And I did just a little bit, just in case it, I don't know, messes something up. I can't see it messing up, but we are going to try it. Let me just get these mixed in here really good. A lot of these seasonings I grew myself, so I tried to make it a little bit smaller because like the rosemary, the thyme, it was kind of big. So, all right. I take my glove back off. And I have an extra thing here that I could put all my dirties. A little warm. Ow. All right, we are going to dump our honey. I don't know if you could see, but just a little bit. All right, let me move it to the stove here. And let's see. Let me put my glove back on. It's easier just to mix with your hands sometimes. We'll wash all that. Now, this is my first time doing this. I had just unboxed this meat maker right before I turned the camera on, so we're doing this together. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I've never done this before, so we shall see. Right now, I'm going to get new gloves, and I'm going to package this up in 1 pound packages. And then we're going to come back and put this inside our water. We got 4.5 pounds of ground for the freezer. And then let's fill our thing here. So, this is what it looks like. It's just a little container. Comes with a thermometer and the spring. And a bag. It gives you 5 bags, just so you don't get this all dirty, I guess. And it says you could either, you could buy more bags, use the bags, but you don't have to use the bags. But we have them. We're going to use them. Then we just put our meat in here. Hopefully this comes out, guys. This would be pretty cool if it does. Now it has the recipes for turkey, chicken, salami, ham, possibly a roast beef, I think. But I might experiment, like maybe do a buffalo chicken, and I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll come up with some stuff. All right, so now it fills it pretty much to the top here. And press it down. And there's like little clips that you, whoa. All right, there we go. Little clips you hook it into, and then just stick in the thermometer. All right, let's put this in and see what happens. Okay, we are boiling, and my little silicone thing is floating up, so I'm going to try and put this on top of it and push it down. Now, it says to have the water at least where the meat is or above. So my meat is below this lid here, if you could see. So I think that'll be good. I have my timer set. It says to cook it to 185. Let me just set it. So, and you cook it to 185 for, it'll take about an hour and a half, 2 hours for it to get to that temperature. So we're just going to leave it in here and let it boil and see what happens. Okay, you'll see that way down here. We are to temperature, a little past temperature. It took an hour and 45 minutes. I'm going to try and use, oh, it works. I'm going to try and use my little canning jar grabber. So anyway, you have to put it in cold water. So we're going to leave it sit in the cold water for a little bit. And then I'll be putting it into the refrigerator for maybe 2 hours. And then we'll cut it and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, guys, moment of truth. Let's see what this thing looks like and tastes like. Now that, oh my gosh, oh, there we go. Oh, I spilled goo all over me. There's liquid in here, so I'm going to show you. Let me just try and get this thing out without squirting like juice all over the place. Well, this is a little harder to come out than I thought. I'm now wondering if I should dump it first. Let me show you. I don't know if you can see. All right, do you see all that juice? I'll wiggle it around. Okay, so I'm going to dump that first. Okay, I spilled it all over my pants. I guess I'll have to change. Okay, that's so much better. Okay. Now, it's weird. It's like a log. All right. Well, there's still some more juice in the bag here. All right, I'm just gonna dump it in this thing. It's pretty solid though. Like that's a lot. I guess obviously it's cooking, so it makes juice when it cooks. All right, so let's put that there. Move it out of the way. Move this out of the way. So it's just a weird log looking thing. Although you could see, I must not have mixed this part of the seasoning in very well. That's the seasoning. It smells really good though, I must say. Let me just put this somewhere. Hold on. Okay, it smells good. You could see the seasonings on it. You could smell the seasonings on it. I got my knife like I'm going to cut. I got a slicer here. I don't know what I got my knife for. All right, so this slicer is not mine. I had to borrow it from my friend, my neighbor, and If it works well, I'll buy myself a slicer. But she said I could use it. And let's just, let's see how this goes. I never even used a slicer before. Oh man, that one went right on the floor. All right, here we go. I got the hang of it now. All right, not so bad. Whoa, I'm losing it. Hold on, guys. All right, start again. Yes, that one's going to the chickens. It just flew right out. That's this one. Put it on that plate. All right. I probably should have practiced this first. But anyway. So this is what it looks. Let me get a nice round piece. I have it on number 5 for the slicer. And so, I mean, you could see it's nice slices. It smells good. Pat's usually my taste tester. I'm nervous to try it. Well, let me see. Okay, not bad. You could taste all the spices in it. So like, sorry, you could hear me like chewing. It's actually not bad. It's pretty good. I think I would change the spices though. And you'll see in the description and all, I'll have it, but it calls for like rosemary, thyme, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, and salt and pepper. And I think it might be the rosemary. That's maybe, it's good. It tastes good, but that's thrown it off for me for a lunch meat taste. So I think I would not do like the rosemary maybe next time. And probably I would do more honey. Honestly. I don't really taste a lot of the honey. But it's actually pretty good. Not bad. Okay. So I'm going to cut the rest of this up. And we're going to have to, so I'm going to leave some out and then I'm going to freeze some. Because this does not have any preservatives in it. So I don't know how long it's going to last in the refrigerator. Maybe I should look it up. I'll look it up and see. But I mean, this is kind of a lot of slices and we're not going to eat all this in a short amount of time. So I'm going to freeze it. And then when we want lunch meat, we'll take it out. But what I think I might do is I might experiment with some and I'll make more and then just have them in the freezer and take them out as needed. But it makes a lot. Like this is a lot of slices. I could slice up the rest and I could show you. Ooh, I guess I need the tray. Okay. So, let me show you what we have. So there's quite a few pieces here. Like that's a lot, I think. These are the ND pieces. But look, that's not bad. Not bad for our first lunch meat making experiment. I do suggest it. And like I said, it wasn't badly priced for the little machine. The grinding part and all that took a little bit longer. But now that I already have ground meat and I could just throw it in there and make lunch meats for when this is gone, I think it's a pretty good deal. And it's just made with farm fresh turkey and then seasonings that I grow and I put on there. So I'm pretty happy with it and I will be using it and I will be getting myself a little slicer. This thing is pretty nifty. I like it. But hope you enjoyed our lunch meat adventure and give it a try. It's Something different. I didn't even know it existed. See you on the next adventure.